We've all asked that question before, like, can't I just have a glass of wine? Dr. Leana Olivier is joining us today. She's from an amazing organization called FARR. Before I get to the facts, surely most of us think that alcohol abuse is not our problem. Doesn't it belong to community?
Yes, Ilona, it's always somebody else's problem, and that's part of the problem with fetal alcohol spectrum disorders or fetal alcohol syndrome, like you said, because people's risk perception is very low. It's always somebody else who's at risk. It's always another cultural group who's at risk. And the reality is every single pregnant woman who is using alcohol is putting her unborn baby at risk of having or getting fetal alcohol syndrome.
Surely I'm asking this tongue in cheek, but we've all wondered before. It's just one glass of bubbles.
Yeah, and that's true. You hear so often that surely not one glass or one or two glasses of wine can't do any harm. Or you even hear from health professionals that it's okay to drink one glass of especially red wine per day. And what we tend to forget, it's not about how our bodies as adults, as women, react to the alcohol, but it's how the unborn baby with the underdeveloped liver, how that baby's body is reacting to the alcohol. The reality is that if alcohol had to be discovered today, it would have most probably be a banned substance because of the harmful effects, not only to the unborn baby's body, but also to the adult body. So what we tend to forget also, or maybe don't know, is that within 20 minutes after you've drank the alcohol, it's already in your baby's bloodstream and is already affecting the development of the baby. So the alcohol is seen as a poisonous substance, if you want to call it like that, or a teratogen is the fancy word. And it affects the development of the cells of the unborn baby. And of course, it immediately, the brain develops right through pregnancy and is therefore the most vulnerable organ as well. And therefore, a person born with FASD has always got some kind of, or some form of brain damage. And those things we don't know necessarily, and we don't talk about it. And even one glass of wine or champagne sadly can do harm to your unborn baby.
So many people leading up to this conversation has got mixed feelings around what we're discussing. I can guarantee you that most of the people listening to this podcast has tuned out because again, we don't feel like this is for us.
76% of pregnancies in South Africa are unplanned. 76%. So some of us who are hopefully still listening might fall into that category. So it's not irresponsible women. I'm sure there are some people giggling now and thinking, some ladies and saying, yes, I'm in that group as well, because I was using whatever other medication and it interfered with my contraceptive, or for whatever reason I had unprotected sex and whatever. But it doesn't mean that those kids I immediately want to add that they're necessarily unwanted children. So if you are not planning your pregnancy, or if you didn't plan to be pregnant now, you might not know that you're pregnant. So you might miss your first period, and you think, oh, my word, I did have flu, or I was, doing this or whatever, or I started gymming again or whatever. Let me just wait till next month. Next month, you're already 8 weeks pregnant. By that stage, most of your baby's organs already formed, heart, eyes, and whatever, or they, advanced way of forming already. You maybe just continue drinking alcohol during that period, unknowingly putting your child at risk. Okay, now you stop drinking alcohol and your baby, and you don't drink alcohol anymore. When we see their children at our private clinic or in our projects and so, quite often moms would tell you, Leana, I promise you I did not drink during pregnancy. So the next question is, when did you confirm your pregnancy? Now I was 8 weeks pregnant, 10 weeks pregnant, or 12 weeks pregnant. And then we see it. We see the organ damage, because that's one aspect of fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. Right. Or even worse, I was planning my pregnancy. I did not drink any alcohol, but my doctor or whoever told me, a health professional told me, I can start drinking again when I'm after my first trimester, after the first 3 months.
Oh.
And then the baby's brain develops right through pregnancy. Then we see the brain damage with no organ damage. So there is never a safe period during pregnancy to drink.
I think you're doing amazing work. And other than the research, what I'm passionate about is the projects where, whether you are part of community, whether you are part of corporate, whether you are pregnant or not, can be part of and become a better human. And thank you through your program for also teaching us how to be better parents, because that's what Parents in Baby Brunch is about. It's to support. And I want to encourage every mom and dad that's listening to this podcast and watching these videos to know, just like Doctor said earlier, if you are consuming, it's never too late to stop and get help. See your GP first if you don't know where to go. They're very helpful. And Doctor, thank you for your time. For more information, you can find out more about Foundation for Alcohol-Related Research, or FARR, in our social media write-up, and details also on babybrunch.co.za.